So, and every time a child is moved, so from when they're removed from their home to any type of move that's made within the foster care system, on average, they lose a year's worth of learning.
Wow.
Wow.
Unacceptable numbers. I even think just basic trauma that any human would have. For instance, I'm close to my heart is having a house fire. That kind of, when you get into your fight or fight reactions, you're not worried about learning. You're worried about your basic survival needs. Where am I going? Am I going to live with a stranger? Thankfully, so many foster grandparents, foster brothers, and foster aunt uncles under the kinship have stepped forward so that children have not lost their communities from that way. And I really want to give props to our kinship foster families. I also do want to give props to the Syracuse City School District. One of the things that they've done for us is allowed for children to stay in their school of origin. So if a child started out with a school on the south side and their foster family was on the north side, the city has done wonders for us to keep those kids in their school of origin to not traumatize them further. But we still, one of the things that we have to address is how do we meet the mental health needs of these children that are so arrested in what's happening around them? Imagine they're losing everything. You know, we think foster care, okay, they lost mom and dad. Some of these kids have lost contact with brothers and sisters, aunts, uncles, the family dog, the neighborhood, their community. The only thing that they do have left and what is familiar to them is their school. So it's so important that we keep this consistency, but recognize this trauma that is happening. And for a child that has more advanced behaviors, we say behaviors are an expression of a need. And obviously, if you've lost everything, you have multiple needs. Those children tend to also have multiple placements within the foster care system. So they're so arrested in what's happening from day to day that, you know, learning is just become overwhelming. And in this current, I'm not going to use the unprecedented times. I hate that phrase. But what in the last year has even traumatized, you know, kids even more so. They're not even able to go to school, some of them, and to see the friends on a day-to-day basis.
Now, I love that you mentioned mental health, because that plays a big part in education. When mental health is not well managed, it's difficult to learn. And that you said, when you're stressed out, that impacts your mental health and it makes it very difficult to learn. Yeah.